Oh my God. He's the best basketball player I've ever seen in my entire life. Look at that dribble style.
I learned how to dribble from John Lennon.
And, you know, some say that John Lennon got shot, but they forgot he also took shots on the basketball court. And that could be the cold open.
That could be pretty good.
From the University of Illinois at Urbana-Champaign, Richie Owen!
If you have a big Beatles fan base, that could be huge.
That's true. I'll hashtag Beatles on the SoundCloud recording.
Hashtag Beatles.
Woo! Yeah, welcome to the Moving Screen Podcast, a movie podcast where we talk about the movie while playing basketball. My name is Richie Owens. This is season 2 of the podcast. The first season was 10 episodes of basketball movies. Now we're doing 10 episodes of A24 movies. Who knows what the future holds? Do you?
No, I famously don't. I can't interpret the future.
Yeah.
I can make bold assumptions, but oftentimes they're wrong.
Sure. What happens when you make an assumption?
It makes an ass out of you and Umpchin.
Yes, that's
Umpchin.
True. Yeah, I've said it before, I'll say it again. We're going to play basketball, and we're going to talk about a movie. And if you want to watch what you're listening to, if you're listening on a podcast, you can go to patreon.com/movingscreen and get video for $5. And it's really nice, and I edit it and stuff, and put scores in the corner, and yeah, maybe some other fun stuff if I think of it and want to put in that kind of effort, which I kind of always do. But this week I'm here with my good friend and professional basketball player, Ian Erickson. Hi,
Hello.
Ian.
Hey, Richie, thanks for having me on. And this one is for movies. This one's for the future of cinema.
What? Oh, no. Everyone thought after Barbenheimer cinema was finally looking up, but...
Nope. It's all Marvel.
Oh, wait. God, I hate to even say it, but for the DC universe. Oh, no.
James Gunn, come get your
James
man.
Gunn, it's your time to shine, my man. You're gonna be making all of the money, I guess. But yeah, Ian, welcome to the podcast.
It's good to be here. It's good to be here. It's good to be here. Thanks for having me, Richie.
Oh, of course. That is, no one really has done the just talk real quietly from far away.
Is that, are you being serious?
Yeah, no, truly.
No one's done that.
No. My friend Julia Steiner definitely did some talking into her mic when the Metro rolls by, which the Metro is a big part of the show, sort of my co-host / sponsor.
It's almost like a character of the podcast.
Oh, that's probably just a car. What'd you say?
It's almost like a character of the podcast.
It is, yeah. Basically, Chicago's not a character on the podcast, but Metro Rail and Amtrak Midwest are. Woo! So I'm dying to know what's your sort of sports background? How do you feel about basketball?
Richie, let me break it down for you. I played one season of football in 6th grade. I joined late, and I was an offensive lineman. I maybe did one good play. I played basketball 6th grade to 8th grade.
Cool.
I averaged 1 basket a season.
But on one shot a season.
Honestly, if you're taking honestly my shots into account, I probably have a pretty good scoring percentage because I wasn't really making a lot of shots.
Oh, really?
It was kind of like
You're like a bad bartender.
I just sort of didn't really have it as a kid.
Yeah.
I didn't really know what I was
You
doing.
didn't have the dog in you.
I didn't really have the dog. I was sort of, imagine sort of a very tall, very round, sort of a very hairless boy with beautiful sandy blonde
Boy,
locks.
I can picture it and I like it.
And I was like very tall for my grade always because I think I ate a lot of food.
Sure.
And that unlocked kind of like a lot of maybe nutritional advantages. But I think it would be safe to say that I was sort of a late bloomer. So there would be times when in basketball, and granted I was always on like the B, or if we had a C team I would be firmly planted there, but because of my height,
Yeah.
I would be put on some kid from another school who's like on human growth hormone and has
Yeah.
like a mustache or a beard.
Yes.
And then I'm sort of like a little, kind of like Augustus Gloop when you went after he's stretched in Willy Wonka.
Yeah.
I don't know, does he get stretched or is that another one of the kids?
No, Mike TV gets stretched because he gets shrunk.
That's right.
Augustus.
Well, imagine some sort of Mike TV, Augustus Gloop hybrid child.
Whoa, and I'm getting ideas for a screenplay right now where they have a kid together. And it's called Augustus TV.
You could give it the Cobra Kai treatment where
Yeah.
it's sort of like, where are the kids now?
Mm-hmm. And Charlie's the bad one.
Yeah.
Because Charlie is now an aged capitalist.
Oh yeah, because he took over
Yeah.
the factory.
He took over the factory and now he runs it. Really, he's like all about tax breaks.
Yeah,
He doesn't pay his fair share.
Yeah, and the Oompa Loompas are trying to unionize, and he locks them in the chocolate fountain.
Yeah, he somehow enslaves them more.
Yeah. You're double slaves.
The dreaded double slave, something no one ever wants to be.
Invented by the famed chocolatier. Hey, I got a chocolatier right here. Because I'm crying over these Oompa Loompas.
Oh, yeah. I can see it. Holy
Yeah.
shit, that is brown. That's not good.
Chocolatier would be a good euphemism for like if you have just like a little bit of diarrhea.
Yeah, it would. I think I'm also thinking chocolate rain.
Yes, I'm thinking of that now too. So now that you mentioned
And
it.
I'm wondering if that is certain. I mean, I think that's about crying. Chocolate rain, some say dry while others feel the pain.
Yeah, I think you're right about that.
And Tazon Day, if you're listening, come on the
pod.
show. Explain what chocolate rain means. Do you think he wrote that song? He probably did.
I
right?
think he did. He seems like kind of a I don't see him. Oh, geez Louise. I see him as sort of a genuine fella.
Yeah.
And he also made that song in like such early YouTube that I don't feel like people were necessarily uploading like fake shit at that time, you know what I mean?
Right. Well, I just like. I guess Rebecca Black was a couple years after that, but I don't think she. I
You
think
don't
that
think she
was
wrote-
like a song.
Well,
that-
Rebecca Black, I think I was in college at that time,
Yes,
whereas Tazon Day,
me too.
I feel like
That was high school for sure for me. I think my first girlfriend introduced me to it.
to Rebecca Black.
Yeah, her name was Rebecca Black, and I said, "Babe, it's Friday. Let's not watch this video." And she
Oh
said,
my
"I gotta get in the studio." But I think that like Friday is like pick this song out of a basically like go to the mall and buy a song and we'll make a music video for this song.
Oh, sure. It does seem like they also like maybe it was just in Tenacious D, but I kind of feel like back in the mall heyday, there were like a photo booth, like recording booth thing.
Yes.
They did have those, right?
Yeah. Or at least they do on TV shows.
Yeah. Very convenient.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, we're not just gonna talk about Rebecca Black's Friday. and
We
Tazon
could.
Day's
I mean,
Chocolate
I have a
Rain.
lot more to say about it.
And we could say a lot more about it. It would be funny if this
Didn't she kind of have like a minor comeback recently?
she's like Twitter famous now, or X famous now, as it's called now. She
X
like
famous.
she
soft
sort of will
cancel.
ratio people.
She
who talk
ratios?
shit about her.
Oh well, I mean to be fair, she probably didn't really know what she was doing when she made that song.
No. She absolutely had no idea. And here's the Amtrak Midwest. So beautiful. It's blue and silver.
Do you have like a song that plays when it comes through?
I don't, but if you want to make a song, I
Ready?
could. Yeah,
This is for the Beetleheads.
yeah.
Here comes the Amtrak. Doo-doo-doo.
Oh. I don't want to talk the rest of the show and just laugh and laugh.
Here comes
and laugh.
the Amtrak. Oh, it's a character on the podcast. Doo-doo-doo-doo.
Yeah, we're gonna talk about a movie too.
Little movie.
That's the thing of the
They're calling it a
podcast.
little movie.
We're gonna talk about Killing of a Sacred Deer, a 2017 movie directed and written by Yorgos Lanthimos, starring
Yeah, I think I
Colin
got a
Farrell.
yogurt by that guy. Yogurt Lanthimos.
They should put that out. A24 really. I mean, they've put out a lobster screenplay
Is Lobster
book.
Yorgos too?
Yeah.
I never saw that.
Yeah, gotta.
I've seen Dogtooth.
You seen Dogtooth?
Yeah.
That was my first Yorgos.
That was mine too, I think.
Very blind in college, just sitting on my laptop, and I think I saw like
You were sitting on top of your laptop?
I was sitting on top of my laptop, and I went, I should look at this thing for
Uh-huh.
once in my life.
There could be movies in here.
There were on Netflix.com, which was a new website.
They had Dogtooth on Netflix?
What?
They had Dogtooth on Netflix?
Yeah. And I was like, I think I saw like nominated for like best foreign picture at the Oscars or something.
Sexual sister.
Yeah, best sexual sister movie, which Netflix sort of got rid of and Pornhub really took over.
Yeah. He kind of paved the way for that whole subgenre
did,
because no
yeah,
one ever before him, no one really ever thought about having
No,
kind of
not at all.
intercoursing your
man.
sister.
Those fucking Greeks, man. What if I was just like really hateful towards Greeks on this podcast?
Really hateful of what?
Towards Greeks on this podcast.
Can we cut? I'm uncomfortable.
Okay.
I'm just kidding.
I'll cut that out. I'm sorry. But real quick, is there a slur for Greek people?
I think it's just Greeks.
Okay. Yeah, Dogtooth. I watched it on my laptop screen sitting at my desk, totally blind, not knowing what it was going to be about, and I was like, this is one of the coolest movies I've ever seen. And then I thought about it a lot, like it would pop up back in my head, but I just never thought to look up the director. And he made a movie called Alps after that, which I had seen when I was trying to be a completionist, and I don't think is very good.
He made the Elf movie?
He made Elf, and then he made Alf, and then I think I was dating Melissa when The Lobster came out.
Uh-huh. I think that was around when I moved to Chicago.
Yeah, and I think she was like, I'm gonna go see that, and I was like, oh, I don't know what that is, so I'm not gonna go see it.
Uh-huh.
And then this movie came out, Killing of a Sacred Deer, and she was like, I'm gonna go see that. It's made by the guy who made The Lobster. And I was like, well, I didn't see that, so I'm also not gonna go see this.
Yeah.
And then I like looked it up while she was at the movie, and I was like, oh shit, this is
This is
Dogtooth
that guy.
Fuck. So I watched it not too long after it came out on like VOD, I
Uh-huh.
think.
Has he done, what has he done since?
The Favorite.
The Favorite.
Yeah, with Emma Stone and Rachel Weisz and Olivia Colman.
Was that recent?
2018. It's
Okay.
Emma Stone goes to like a queen's house as like a servant and sort of tries to overthrow her assistant.
Oh, wow. Sounds pretty cool.
It's a good movie. It's my least favorite of the ones I like
Uh-huh.
of his. He has a new movie coming out this December called Poor Things, I think. Starring Emma
Things.
Stone, Mark Ruffalo.
Okay.
It looks really fucking cool. The trailer is one of those things that I think looks so cool that I can't make myself watch it again because I will get too excited.
Uh-huh.
And I don't want to try overhype myself, but at a certain point, what can I do?
Yeah, I do love. I feel like. Well, I guess I'm not really watching trailers, or I guess the only time I really see trailers is like before movies.
Yeah.
But there was a really good stretch of time when movie trailers were like, you had like Serious Man and The Master, and there was like a stretch of like mid 2000s. I mean, there's always been good trailers and stuff, but like there was like especially a stretch before I feel like they just kind of, I don't know, they all became like used the Inception soundtrack, or they all have like
womp and a slow. And now it's all
changed.
slow songs.
Yeah, it is crazy that they still use the Inception sound or some version of the.
it, yeah. Yeah, it is. I mean, it's been 12 years since Inception came out. Still going strong. I mean, people do have the take that Oppenheimer is Christopher Nolan confronting the fact that he's maybe damaged movies forever because of his successes.
That is a
people
good
copy.
take.
I think it is a good take too.
And then Oppenheimer's a good movie.
And I think Oppenheimer is a good movie too. And I think Killing of a Sacred Deer is a good movie too, and I'm excited to talk about it.
You want to get into it?
Yeah.
No, we had sort of a funny thing in our texting for choosing this movie.
Yes.
Where my big fat thumbs on my phone screen said "Killing of a Scared Dirt,"
which is I think something that we should write. I think I could just.
Well, it almost sounds like Joe Dirt.
Yeah, and I think it could be Scared Dirt is
like Ernest Scared Straight.
I was gonna say it's like his kid.
Ernest's kid or Joe Dirt's kid?
Joe Dirt's kid, maybe with
Scared
Ernest.
Dirt. Ernest would be. They should like.
They are. I wish Ernest wasn't dead.
Yeah, that would be great if he was more alive than
Yeah,
he's
because we
dead.
could get him in the movie.
Yeah, I do have. After we talked briefly on Oppenheimer.
Yeah.
And now we're kind of getting into some of these great characters of film. I sort of, after watching
Oppenheimer, Joe Dirt, and
well, no, I think
Ernest.
that after Oppenheimer, I've started compiling a small list of characters that I think would make, that could be and should be in every movie, that would just make them that much better.
Yeah.
And Oppenheimer, the character, every movie should have Albert Einstein.
I could agree
where
with that.
he is just sort of like walking around, and at some point the main character like runs a plan by him, and he's just like, this is very good, or something like that. And then at some point the climax of every film should be that whatever the main characters are doing, at some point they come into conflict with Colonel Tom Parker's trying to put on a Christmas special. I think Tom Parker should be the villain, or be some sort of
which one's Tom Parker?
from Elvis. Tom Hanks is Tom Parker.
Yes.
I think every movie should be about him trying to make whatever the characters in the movie, trying to make them do a Christmas special.
Now let me just throw something out your way. Ernest saves Tom Parker's Christmas special.
Yeah, he would. Ernest would be saving something.
There is an Ernest basketball movie.
There is?
Yeah. I didn't know about it until I'd already planned the first season. So people who thought that this was just going to be basketball movies.
You could do season 3. It's all Ernest.
That's true.
The importance of watching Ernest.
I think that's a podcast in its own.
Yeah, that could be a different thing.
Paula Skaggs and Josh, whose last name is escaping me right now, who do the No Wrong Answers card game together. They had a podcast called Being Earnest.
And it was about Ernest?
It was just about being, no, it was literally about being an earnest person.
Oh. Well, you could do kind of a spin-off of that, of just you kind of like, how would Ernest, well, Ernest do?
I mean, I'm totally down for this.
Because also you could get like, you could still do the GoPro thing with it, and you just get Ernest costumes, like the vest, and have him wear jeans. And you're either playing basketball or you're going to, you're riding the bus or something. But you and
Whatever
the
he
co-host
does,
are dressed
go
as
to
Ernest.
camp.
Yeah, and it's just like, how do you Ernest?
Yeah. Now, this is interesting. I haven't said this out loud yet, but I'm sort of in my head. I'm like, this podcast will stop at 100 episodes.
Yeah.
And maybe it's
Sort of an honor to the great Wilt Chamberlain.
yes. That's what I was thinking. And I just think maybe the importance of watching Ernest is
And I think you
is the
have to
thing
do-
that follows up.
And I think you got to do the GoPro with that.
Yeah, absolutely. If I own these GoPros, you know I got to use them at least once a week. So we're gonna play a one-on-one basketball game.
To what? 21, 11?
To 10.
10? Okay.
It's you know, 3s or 2s, 2s or 1s.
It's such a crazy thing that 3s are 2s.
It's a crazy thing at 3s or 2s, so that's just how we got it. I mean, we could play to 20 with 3s or 3s and
2s are 2s.
2s or 2s. And
We'll
half-court
do-
shots are.
Let's just do it street rules.
Yeah.
I mean, it is crazy, but
we just got to do it. At this point, it's what people have come to expect. You sort of throw a wrench into what people are expecting from a podcast, and all of a sudden they're not listening.
you know, I'm known for subverting the format, but
Yeah.
not like this.
Yeah, I mean, I'm already subverting the format of podcasting by doing this, you know? I'm sort of, you say provocateur?
I'd say that.
Trying to push buttons.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, like record.
Yeah, push the record buttons. And yeah, I can't do that again. I can't do it. I can't doubly.
No.
So we're gonna play the 10,
Okay.
2s and 1s.
Are we gonna shoot to see who goes first? Or we're just gonna go.
You're just gonna start because it's my shot.
Okay.
And it's make it, take it,
Okay.
and
we're talking about the movie the whole time.
we're talking about the movie.
Anything else?
Yeah, just have fun out there.
Okay.
Take the ball out.
To the 3.
Yeah.
Okay.
I actually say it to the line just past the 3.
This line. Okay. That works for
But
me.
It's also, you know.
What's
feel
your
it out.
record?
What's my record?
Yeah.
I think I'm truly like 5 and 5, if not 6 and 5,
Okay.
maybe 7 and 5.
All right.
It's pretty even.
Sure. Well,
So yeah, I guess we'll see what
We'll
happens
check it
here.
up.
Yeah, we're gonna check and we'll talk about the movie.
what are some of the themes?
I would say the main theme is family. The movie starts with a real open heart surgery.
That was real.
Yeah.
I wonder how.
Unsettling.
Yeah, we were wondering about that. And he filmed it. I wonder what sort of like clearance you have to get to.
Yeah,
Can I get my dusty old camera in here?
I'm sure that they were just like, I'm sure that there were a bunch of forms signed. Colin Farrell was in the room for it, which feels like a whole other level. And I think that's kind of funny, but right after the heart surgery, him and an anesthesiologist, his like best buddy, are talking about their watches, and very normal sort of this is where they set the tone that everyone's going to be talking monotonously. And what do you think about that?
What do I think about the watches?
About the just like the tone of voice and
Yeah, it was very. It was very plain speak. Nice shot.
1-0.
Very plain speak. I guess the contrast of like this very raw, like visceral beating heart that's like very stark to open on,
Yeah.
and then just two kind of old guys being like, yeah, so I got this really expensive watch. Oh, do you like the metal band? Oh, I prefer the leather.
How deep does it go into water?
Yeah, exactly. Like the stats of watches.
Like truly the most like mundane conversation a person can have.
Right.
That's made very funny by the preceding heart surgery.
Right. It's just very intense, very like organic, and I was eating like a kind of a messy salad at the time, and I don't really get too grossed out by stuff, but I was like, I want to finish this salad really quick so that I.
That was one of those things where like I was watching it and I think I had like a smile on my face, and then the smile maybe faded away because I was like, wow, this looks really kind of disgusting.
Yeah.
It just looks like a fish kind of.
Yeah, it was kind of
And then I was like, wait, that's inside of me, and that is happening right now.
It was a human heart.
Yes.
Yeah, it doesn't really look like what you're also thinking a heart. It's like white and like seems like it probably has some sort of like membrane around it.
There's like a little this thing that sort of bounces in and out.
Yeah.
That seems like a gill, almost. And yeah, it just sort of like made me be like, oh shit, that's inside of me and everybody I've ever loved.
Yeah, and that's the organ that makes love.
Yeah.
No, I mean not making love, but it's the love muscle.
It is. And people might think.
Oh, sorry.
Shit. I can't wait to see that one.
Sorry.
Just bounced it. Tried to go over my head, but it just sort of.
I almost just fucking
skimmed
got you.
right
If
by.
I got you in the head, I would feel very bad.
No, yeah, I felt it touch my hair, which is kind of cool.
Not your precious hair.
Not my sweet, beautiful hair. I'm bald after this. Skid
Just a-
marks from a basketball.
You have indented bumps.
It never goes back.
Yeah.
Yeah, this is Colin Farrell is a heart surgeon, cardiologist.
The Lobster was before this, right?
Yes.
Because this is, what would you consider, you know, I feel like since the reconnaissance, you have a lot of actors go from sort of like leading men to interesting character actors that
Yeah.
just get more opportunities to kind of show their chops.
Yeah.
And is Lobster the first one that Farrell has that sort of is like kind of his comeback? Because he's definitely, I mean, he's still a handsome guy and all
Yeah.
that, but like he's in these sort of weirder roles that aren't just like him being kind of a.
I guess there's for 2-1. There's I mean, In Bruges is like
Oh, sure.
pretty weird and kind of early. It's like 2004.
Uh-huh. Oh.
And yeah, I don't know, like, but he never really did like romantic comedies or anything. He just didn't do anything all that serious.
Yeah. Or,
He also had a sex tape come out, and I don't know if that affected people casting him and stuff.
I feel like I heard about that after the fact and didn't really know. I'm sure it definitely changed some people's perceptions. But
I mean, rest in peace, Pee-wee.
yeah.
Hey, that sort of him jacking off in a porno theater followed him for his whole life.
Yeah. He kind of jacked off in a porno theater so that Colin Farrell could run.
Fuck in a
Fucking
bedroom.
a sex tape.
Oh. And I don't know, but Colin is definitely like now an actor that I'm like extremely interested in.
Yeah.
Did you see the Banshees of Inisherin?
I did. I loved it.
Me too.
I thought it was really great.
I was really grateful I watched it at home and not in a theater because I could have subtitles on.
Yeah.
And I could also sob.
Can't saw him in a theater. Oh! Twos. Yeah, it was
Double
also fun
deuces.
because, like, I guess I haven't seen a ton of stuff that he's in, but it is fun to see in his role in Banshees of him just sort of like a doddering poor idiot.
Yeah.
Who's just like, oh, he does this actually pretty well. Like, he's very empathetic. And
Yeah. Have you seen In Bruges?
No, I haven't.
It's I mean, same director, him and Brendan Gleeson as well.
Oh!
I don't know what it is, but I make shots like that
A lot
more
on this?
than I make like any other kind of shot.
Wow. Do you feel like
3-1, 3-2.
Yeah, or do you think
4-2.
In Bruges is better than
3-2.
Banshees?
No, Banshees I think is better,
Okay.
but I think
Because I had
In
a
Bruges
friend.
is really fun.
I have a friend who I talk movies with a little bit,
What's his name?
Pat.
Hi, Pat. Do I know Pat?
No, he's a good friend of mine from back home. But I feel like his, god damn. He's very critical in a
4-2.
way. I feel like I'm like, when it comes to movies, I with just like the slop that they put out, I kind of, maybe we've talked about this, but I'm very forgiving if they try something that's a little bit different.
Yeah.
Or like, even if it's not great, like in spite of, you know, them trying, I'm like a little more forgiving, especially if they have like cool shots or interesting
Right.
stuff to look at. God damn, buh.
I don't know.
Bob?
Fire. 5-2.
But he said he really liked In Bruges, but he did not like Banshees because he felt like it wasn't different enough. Or I'm trying to remember what he said, but he felt like in comparison to In Bruges, which is something he really liked,
Yeah.
he didn't really care for Banshees because he felt like it was either like too similar or just not an interesting enough variation from In Bruges, where it was sort of a letdown.
I don't think they're really all that similar at all.
Yeah.
Besides the same actor, same director, same writer. Nice. 5-3. I think Banshees is closer to like Killing of a Sacred Deer, that's like more quiet and has like a pace. And In Bruges is more like an action movie, but with like goofy pace.
What do you think of Seven Psychos?
Did not see.
Okay.
That's also Martin McDonough, right?
I think so.
That's the one I missed. Oh no, I'm not. I also have not seen 3 Billboards
Oh, sure.
because at the time people were saying it was racist to see that movie, and I was like, I don't want to be racist.
I mean, the fact that you can get canceled for seeing a
I
movie
know.
these days.
And we're doing Sound of Freedom next week, which is not an
Oh
A24
gosh.
movie.
Well, I
but-
mean, you know, you got to be fair.
yeah,
You can't have an agenda with a podcast.
that's true. And I don't know who's gonna be on the show. I'm just gonna go to Laugh Factory and pick the funniest person tonight.
Well, you're gonna have your fair share of picks there. But back to the movie that we watched.
Yes. It goes right from hospital to him at the diner with Barry Keoghan, right?
Yeah, yeah. And then what did they say at the diner?
I don't remember. Oh, he's like, I'm not hungry. I'm just gonna have apple pie. Like, it's also very boring. I don't know if they really say anything.
Well, because then they go to the shot where they're talking at the bridge with these like big
Yes.
wide shots that were very beautiful.
Beautiful. Truly, Cincinnati looks so beautiful.
This is in Cincinnati?
Cincinnati. There's a city I keep hearing about.
Yeah, I'm actually going. I think I'll be going there in September to, or no, me and Kari went to Cleveland for an international cat festival. It was like a
Cool.
cat show. But I've been to Cincinnati once. I have some comic friends out there who.
Yeah.
I think I just went once to do a few shows and it was very good. And I think when we go, we're gonna try to go back to the cat festival and maybe hit Cincinnati on the way to.
I think that sounds like a great plan.
Yeah. Is this
visit
allowed?
all the spots where they see where they shot this movie. Go
Yeah.
look at the bridge.
Oh yeah, because I think I ran across that bridge.
Really?
I was a little more in shape
Being
when I
chased?
visited.
Oh.
And yeah, it was really cool. I ran on my run. I went by the Cincinnati Reds Stadium, and then I think I went by the Bengals Stadium.
Cool.
And part of it was going across the bridge, across the river into Kentucky.
Oh,
Yeah,
very cool.
but yeah, very good
um,
shots there. And then they start talking about the watches, Barry and.
That's he gets him. He's like, oh, I got you a gift.
Oh! Well, yeah, because part of the conversation was I'm gonna get a new one.
Yeah, I'm gonna get a new watch, and yeah, the anesthesiologist like, my friend owns the shop. I can get you a deal on it.
Uh-huh.
So then he gets the watch and gives it to Barry.
He gives the
Keoghan.
watch, he gives it to Barry, and also you didn't have to check it, I don't think.
I don't care.
But he also sort of lies about how good it is, because he was saying, his friend was saying that his friend's watch goes to 200 meters, and his friend prefers the leather band, and he's like, I prefer the metal band. My watch only goes to 100 meters, but I'm thinking of getting a new one. And so we're led to believe that he gives this watch to Barry, and he's maybe lying about how nice it is.
I think he gets the watch from his friend and gives that watch to Barry because he doesn't want to pay full price but wants to give him a gift.
My interpretation was he gets a deal on okay, so they're talking about the watches.
Yeah.
Colin Farrell has a watch that is empirically worse. It has a metal band, which I don't know if that means that it's worse or not, but his watch has a metal band and it has a water depth of 100. Yeah. And then his friend's like, I have a leather band, which I prefer, and mine goes to 200.
Yeah.
And then we cut to, after some bullshit scenes that you can skip, he cuts to him giving the watch to Barry Cogan, this kind of disturbed teen child, and is like, here's this watch, it has a metal band, and it can go to 200 or whatever. And my interpretation in the moment I thought this, and I think it lines up more with sort of the theme of kind of the problem of the movie, or like the conflict.
Yeah.
That he's very kind of prideful, and I think he kind of thinks that what he's doing for Barry Cogan is like, I'm a really good person for doing this.
Yeah.
And so in giving him this watch, he's sort of like, oh, I'm very good to give you this watch.
Yes.
But him lying about the stuff, I think he would keep the new watch for himself. That's just my interpretation of it.
Well, later on in the movie, Barry shows up at the hospital, which Colin's like, hey, don't come to the hospital, because he has. They sort of keep it secret why these two people are friends, why this old cardiologist and this strange teenager are buddies. God damn it. And he goes to the hospital to visit him, and the anesthesiologist is there. Very cool. Very cool shot. Patreon.com/moviescreen. And Barry says, like, looks at the guy and says, like, oh, we have the same watch.
Right.
So I think Colin gets the watch that guy has and gives that guy a watch. Gives the new watch to Barry, but he uses his friend to get the deal.
Interesting. I think you're not. That's a good piece of evidence to support your claim. Yeah, I guess I didn't think of it that way, but I also think that with the kid, but the kid being, maybe coming from a poorer family or a poorer background.
Yeah.
Not just noticing that he has a watch with a leather band or whatever.
Right.
God damn! I'm not even playing defense. What's the score now? 7-3. 7-3? No, 3. Yeah, 3.
4.
4? Okay. Hell, I'll take it.
Yeah.
Let's make things interesting. Give me that point. Yeah, and so, who's the actor who plays the bald friend who he gets the hand job?
That is a perfect description of him. I don't know his name, but he's in The Leftovers. Which is what I remember him from. I can't remember what else he was in. Good actor though.
Yeah, he was really good. There definitely was. So I guess we're jumping around a little bit, or I am.
Yeah.
But like, there definitely was some tension with him and Nicole Kidman, who plays Colin Farrell's wife. I'm gonna check this up to you. They seem to have a little bit of history, because that hand job didn't really come out of nowhere.
Yeah, it seemed. Yeah, I mean, she's at the diner and is like, I'll give you what you said you wanted on Saturday.
Yeah, when they were at the cookout or whatever.
Which implies that he was just like walked up there and probably said, I would like a hand job, and she was like, no.
One hand job, please. Oh, I'm not that hungry.
That's kind of how they just talk in this movie.
Yeah, it's very flat. Well, it's not flat in like a Wes Anderson way, but it's like very muted, I would say.
I really like that style.
Yeah.
Because that's how it is in Lobster. It's not so much like that in The Favorite. and that kind of bummed me out, actually.
Yeah. Well, I also with the Nicole Kidman. I was getting some kind of like Eyes Wide Shut vibes at the beginning of her being sort of like a similarly you know, bored or unsatisfied, like kind of housewife. She has a career though, right?
Yeah, she's a optometrist, I think, or some sort of eye doctor. Because later in the movie, the son is sick, and they're like, I think it's a psychological thing, and Colin's like, she says that, and Colin's like, hey, if I want to get a pair of eyeglasses, I'll go to you, but I don't trust your medical opinion.
Yeah.
In a very mean way.
Yeah, it's a little mean.
But he's, you know, I mean, he's a lot of weird stuff is happening.
Yeah, because we're kind of dancing around, because the movie kind of it's tense, but not a lot happens in terms of like, what do we know about this relationship?
Yes.
Why is he hanging out with the boy? And then it's sort of slowly revealed, you know, Colin Farrell's a heart surgeon, Nicole Kidman optometrist. They have two very nice seeming kids, and Colin Farrell seems to have a nice level of involvement with his kids. He sort of teaches, or he's like sitting in on his daughter singing, and his son has long, beautiful long hair.
Yeah. Which Colin wants him to cut, and his mom's like, I like his hair, and he doesn't cut his hair. It's the kid from the poster of mid-90s, if you want to picture it.
Okay, I haven't seen that one.
I after reading those Jonah Hill text messages, 7-6. After reading those Jonah Hill text messages, I'm dying to see what else that guy can write. I did watch it, and I thought, I don't remember anything from it, but I remember it feeling sort of like Mind the Gap. Did you watch that doc?
No, I didn't. That was a skateboarding one about the Illinois skateboarders, right?
Yeah, Rockford, Illinois. Really great. I just rewatched it this week. And it's like a similar sort of like, this is what it's like growing up around sort of punk kids who have like only one form of escape.
Yeah. And how generational trauma affects them.
Right. And yeah, I mean, that is an A24 movie, I guess. Fuck. I guess it could be talked about. But they have a nice little family life in this movie. Just very, very factual. There's like a banquet, and the anesthesiologist is like, how are the kids? And he's like, oh, it's great, Karen just started menstruating. Oh yeah, they're saying stuff like that sounds like it maybe should be private, very matter-of-factly, where it's like, I guess I'm not a parent, so I don't know if that's like something that's cool to share, but I probably would err on the side of I'm not gonna talk about my daughter's like developing body. And that sort of, it was just like that line happening, I think is like very funny, because it's like, who are these people? And then later on, Barry Keoghan comes over for dinner, and he's talking to Karen, and she's like, I just started menstruating. I think that's like, I was like, oh, okay, this is just how the family talks. Yeah, these are these types of people. They're just matter of fact and honest to a point, but Colin is not very honest, as we find out. Which is why I think that sort of plays into the watch thing. Yeah. See, I think the thing that plays into the watch thing is that he uses his friend to get a discount on a watch. Well, I think that, I think he also just probably is like, I'm using my friend to get a discount so I can get this watch. I'm gonna give the old one to this guy and say it's 200 meters. Yeah. Because when is this kid gonna go 200 meters underwater? And he doesn't, as far as we know. Not as far as we know. I was also gonna say, the Karens on her period, man the battle stations. God, can you imagine something worse? 2 Karens on their period. Yeah, that should be a joke both of us tell on stage at the same show.
Yeah.
What's worse than one Karen on her period?
I don't know. How high can you count?
Infinity Karens on their periods. But yeah, we see their beautiful home life.
Oh, also, there's a lot of long tracking shots of
Yeah.
Colin Farrell walking through like the hospital hallways, and it's very all the white floors and halls. It looks very sterile, and he's just kind of
Yeah.
like walking by himself through these hallways. And I can't remember if they do shots like that at home, but it's just like
They
very
do a little bit, yeah.
It's very eerie. It's very kind of like isolating.
I watched like a little interview with Yorgos and Colin Farrell, and they talk about riding the metro and how it's just the best way to get around. Colin goes, "Did you know that you can bring your own beer on the metro?" And Yorgos goes, "No way!" And then they cheers and they get drunk, going from Joliet to Tinley Park. But they were talking about, Yorgos was talking about, which is what I was feeling. There's just sort of like the camera itself is like an entity.
Following around.
Yeah, it's like its own.
Because there's definitely shots where it's like it's not particularly close, or especially the shots of like the bridge. They're having this conversation about like Kogan and Farrow having this conversation, and the camera's really far away, and you just see this really big wide shot. So it's like very kind of makes them feel insignificant, or it's just a lot of kind of mood setting with these shots.
I also, something I found interesting is that the shots, sometimes they'll come back. They'll be sort of like this, like following the character, or the character's walking towards, and the camera will curve first. Just like a train going down a track. Amtrak.
Here comes the Amtrak. Doo-doo-doo. Here comes the Amtrak. Oh, it's a character on the podcast. Doo-doo-doo-doo.
It's the best way to go on a curve. Just like the cameras in this movie. Amtrak. No! Oh! Yeah, I noticed the camera will turn before the character does. Like, the camera is like, I know where you're going. And I think that's really...
Well, because there's a big part of the movie is fate, because we haven't really gotten to... Is there anything else about, like, before... Because it gets really stark about, like, kind of, like, not even the twist, but, like, you sort of hear... Oh, nice job, nice job. You sort of hear, like... You hear at the dinner that it's been 3 years since Colin Farrell's had a drink.
Yes.
And then you get sort of some inklings about Barry keeps wanting Colin to come over to dinner and talk to his mom, and the dad isn't there. And it's kind of slowly revealed that Barry wants him and his dad to fuck. And it's really funny hearing Barry like convince him, because there's a scene later where he's talking to Nicole Kidman, and being like, my mom's actually really fit, like she's really attractive, and like I think she'd be a good match for your husband. And he said that so bluntly and matter-of-factly, like they aren't married, or he has no there's no pretense that the fact that they're married would be a problem at all.
Yes. Yeah, it's like it's very very funny. But we do find out that Colin hangs out with Barry because Barry's dad died while Colin was giving him a heart operation.
Yeah.
And Nicole Kidman is like, "Is it your fault?" And he's like, "No, a surgeon never kills a patient, an anesthesiologist kills a patient." And she's like, "Were you drinking?" And he was like, "A little bit."
He's like, I had like 2 beers.
Yeah.
But that doesn't even count.
Just like me before a show at the IO Theater.
IO.
And
And then you get this that reversal of the line from the anesthesiologist, who's a friend, is like, anesthesiologists don't kill people, it's heart surgeons.
I am curious to look that up. I didn't research if,
No, I didn't.
which one is more likely to kill somebody. Should have.
I would assume heart surgery. I mean, I guess a lot of things could go wrong.
But it's a more interesting fact that the anesthesiologists.
And it's just like, I mean, it's who's to say if that answer would change I mean, it definitely just plays into Colin Farrell, like having this hubris of like, I'm actually this very good guy, and like, even though I may have been involved with the death of this kid's dad, like, I'm hanging out with him, I'm giving him this watch, and I'm actually a very good guy. Yeah,
and I think like up to a point he kind of is, even if he is being self-serving about it. Like, he's doing it to make himself feel better, not necessarily to make Barry feel better.
Yeah, yeah.
And I think, is it 7-6?
I think so. Yeah, that sounds right. Cause then it gets to the point where what is the lead up? Like, Barry starts kind of being a little more intrusive and sort of being more needy.
Well,
and
they go to dinner at his house.
Yeah,
he invites Barry to dinner at his house.
What's the movie they watch? Meatballs.
Well, that's when Barry invites him to his house.
Yeah, that's right.
Which that movie they watch Groundhog Day.
Groundhog Day.
But yeah, before that, he goes to dinner with Colin's family, and I kind of think that this is where Barry Keoghan is like, oh, you have like a beautiful family life, and like, I don't have that because my father died and you took that from me. Like, he doesn't say that or anything, but I feel like that's sort of like,
that's the switching moment.
Yeah, because that's also the moment. No, I guess the moment is after the dinner with his mom, Alicia Silverstone. And
yeah, because he gets invited over to dinner.
Yeah.
And
like
there's also a couple moments where he like lies about his relation, like, oh, this is a kid from my daughter's grade.
Yeah.
And so he's kind of like protective of the reason why he's hanging out with this kid, if anyone asked. And then he brings him over to his family. It's a nice dinner. And then Barry's like, oh, this is so nice. You should come over. I told my mom you're gonna come over.
He also like hangs out with the kids in the bedroom.
Oh,
and
yeah.
the girl is like obviously smitten with him. Because he gives them gifts. He gives her a keychain with a musical note on it because she sings, and he gives him a keychain with like a smiley face on it or something.
Yeah, which she obviously loves.
Yeah. And yeah, they have the conversation where they're like, he's the boy Bob is like, how much do you have hair under your armpits? And he's like, yeah, and he shows him, and he's like, my dad has like 3 times as much hair.
Yeah, you're not hairier than my dad.
Which is kind of like I think like a true thing a kid might say.
Yeah, I feel like, and
it's also very goofy.
And also when Barry asks to smoke and the kid's like, you better not, or something like that. I also feel like that's kind of like a very little kid thing of like, I don't smoke, but like being a little kid and having something like that ingrained into you where it's like, you don't really think about like smoking and like, sure, it's bad, but it's like to have a strong opinion about other people smoking is like, this is just like you regurgitating like you being told not to smoke or something.
There is one time I was driving with my dad and we saw some guy like on the street smoking a cigarette, and my dad went, doesn't he look cool, Rich? Like sarcastically. And I didn't catch the sarcasm, and I was like, yeah,
he does.
Yeah, he does. Smoking does look cool, Dad. Thank you for opening my eyes to it. Because it objectively does look cool.
It does. It really does.
Yeah, does that Bob leaves the room? Is that when she? No, she takes off her clothes later.
She takes off her clothes later, but
she's like 16 when they film this.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Oh, also, what's the deal with Colin Farrell when he initiates sex with Nicole Kidman and like she like lays?
Yeah, she
like
says like general anesthesia.
She says that?
Yeah, she says that, and she like sort of lays as if she's
Under.
a patient under. So like that's
So his sexual thing is it's like surgery for him or whatever.
Yeah, it's or like having sex with an unconscious body. But
what do you make of
consensually.
that? Just is that also playing into the hubris of like I'm so great, like and everyone else has like unconscious bodies to me?
I think it's like.
I'm gonna check it to you again, just for the sake of getting some ball bounce.
I think it's a good question. I feel like it's mostly just like there's not like a separation between work and life for me very much.
Oh, sure.
And this is kind of how I do it. I wish I had another camera.
Yeah,
You worked for that. 7-7. You just need one more and we hit the jackpot.
All right.
Oh. Yeah, I also think it's just like I like procedure. I like doing things a certain way. Maybe he's like I perform better when woo!
9-7.
9-7. Game point.
We haven't even gotten to the crux of, we're just talking about all these little things about it without even getting to like the main turn. But
Right. Well, like the movie doesn't get to the main turn until I think 40 minutes in.
it really doesn't get to the main turn until the climax.
Like a little bit.
Yeah.
One of the funniest lines to me is after the dinner with Barry. Nicole says, "What a charming kid." When he's just like not only monotonous like everybody else, but like objectively the most creepy.
Yeah, very disturbing, and like even if it wasn't in this stilted conversation, it would be very off-putting.
Yes.
Just let me do that. I mean, let me do this one. Ready? Let me do it. Oh, that's a rich ball.
I'll let you keep it. Oh no!
I'm stuck.
Yeah, that was a shot for the Metro people who we said something a second ago and I was like, oh, like the Metro's on track.
But now we're off track.
Yeah, we're off track.
Should we get to the twist, the crux?
Yeah, well,
I guess, is there any more table setting for like because he keeps getting creepier and more. He's like bothering him and like kind of not blackmailing him, but sort of being like, hey, like come to this thing or else.
Remember what you did? Yeah. Well, he goes to his mom's house and they have a very awkward dinner with Meatloaf, not the musician. Not the musician, the dish.
I would do anything for a
But
watch.
he won't do that. You want to have sex with Alicia Silverstone.
Hey, get in line, pal.
Yeah, none of us want to have sex with Alicia Silverstone. Barry tries to like, he's like, let's watch my favorite movie, Groundhog Day. They put it on, and then he leaves, and then she makes a move on him, and he's like, I'm happily married, no.
And she's like sucking on his thumb.
Yes, and says he has
Do you think
beautiful
there's a
hands.
significance to Groundhog Day being the movie?
I was reading like the IMDb trivia facts, and someone said that there's a part in Groundhog Day where Bill Murray continues to try to save an old man's life, but it's like pointless because it's just fate.
It's just gonna keep happening.
Yeah, like he just has to let that old man die, and that's sort of, I think, that's. I don't know if that's the reason or if it's just funny that to watch Groundhog Day, to be like, oh, let's watch my favorite movie, and like this creepy kid's favorite movie is Groundhog Day. Like I was just reading I just watched a clip, and it was of it was from the Rushmore commentary, and there's a scene where Bill Murray's talking to the teacher, whose name is escaping me right now, and they finish talking, and he turns away, starts walking, and then sprints. And Wes was like, that was like on the fly sort of thing. He's like, oh, what if you just like ran away at this point? And Bill Murray's like, oh, so I can have an excuse for why my heart's racing so fast. And Wes Anderson was like, that's not, I was just thinking this is funny, but that's beautiful. And then Asteroid City, Jason Schwartzman says to Edward Norton, he's like, why does he burn his hand on the thing? Is it because he wants an excuse for why his heart's beating so fast?
Oh, so he wrote that into movies making movies.
Yes. And I do think Asteroid City is about making movies. Taking threes, and I don't need to. Yeah, I thought that was really a beautiful thing, and sometimes, like, I don't know, when I'm writing stuff, I'm not like, this is symbolizing
Simulacrum.
Symbol live from New York. It's Saturday night.
Okay, so is there anything else that happens before what is the moment where he just breaks and kind of speed runs the curse that's more or less been placed on?
He basically, that's when he reveals that Colin Farrell killed his dad. And he's like, you owe kindness to me, basically. You owe me life. And then one day, Bob's leg, the son's leg, stopped working. So they take him to the hospital, and Barry's there, and he is like, oh, let's go upstairs and have a talk. And Colin's like, okay, but it can only be for a second. And Barry's like, okay, here's the thing. We have to make this right. Because you killed one member of my family, now you have to kill one member of your family. Because that's how retribution works. So it's going to go like this. First, it's going to be your wife, your daughter, your son, your daughter, and your wife. In that order, they're going to lose control of their legs. Then they're going to not be hungry anymore. And then they're going to bleed from their eyes. And a short while after bleeding from their eyes, they're going to die. Unless you pick one of them to kill. And Colin is like,
you fucko.
yeah, you're kidding. You're joshing around.
No, I'm Keegan.
Yeah, I'm Keegan. Barry Keegan, Michael Key.
Oh. So then, you know, to go through, there's sort of a period of denial where he thinks that the son's faking it, and then he tells the son, like, let's say a secret.
Yeah.
And then he says one time that he jerked off his dad. Colin Farrell jerked
Woo,
off his dad. Is that
that's
game?
me.
All right, I get one chance to tie.
Yep.
All right, here we go.
Do
Check
that.
it up.
We also play horse.
Okay,
And you did
one more
it!
chance to tie.
Good game.
Good game.
We're gonna.
What was the? Do you think that had significance of, like? Because that definitely leads credence or makes it seem like there's like a weird undertone of like a sexual thing going on between him and Barry, or like not that is evidence of that, but him telling his son that he that Colin jerked his dad off one time is like, it's adding a weird unexpected sexual element that is hidden.
Yeah.
That, I don't know, I feel like there's maybe other stuff in the film that you could add to, like, maybe some form of like abuse happening between either him and his son, or
I don't think that there's any real abuse happening. I think it's just Colin being like, if I tell the most fucked up secret I have, this will make my son admit that he is faking his thing. Like, if I tell my son that I jacked off my dad to see how much he came, then he'll be like, oh shit, dad's being way too real with me. I have to admit I'm lying. Like, I think that's kind of
that's the thing. That's it.
Yeah.
I jacked off my dad.
'Cause he also doesn't
just to see how much he could cut.
Because yeah, I don't think there's any sort of sex stuff with Colin outside of like the general anesthesia, which also I guess that sort of plays into it, like his dad being asleep and him jacking him off. Like maybe that's why he likes to have his wife unconscious, quote unquote, while they have sex. Like that was an early sexual thing for him.
Yeah.
And now, instead of playing horse or pig, I think we play deer.
Oh no.
Yeah,
Dirt. We're playing dirt.
deer. I'm also wearing my Cream City
Let's get a little close up on that.
Milwaukee Bucks jersey with cum on the back.
And it also says cum.
And it says it too. And I wore that because Milwaukee Bucks are a sacred deer. But yeah, so this is like loosely based on a Greek tragedy, which a name I could not pronounce even if it was in front of me, but look it up on the Wikipedia page. And the rest of the movie is just kind of Colin Farrell, Colin Farrell like hiding in the bushes and stuff, which isn't true, but Ian is hiding in the bushes and sort of looking. I think maybe trying to get
you know, you're not gonna get shots like this with a Joey or
that's true,
you know, or a Christy
or a Chandler
or even a Phoebe.
No, just with an Ian.
Okay, ready? I'm gonna make this shot. Oh, it's in.
Whoa, he's shooting little grass pellets, little leaves. And my first shot is gonna be I'm gonna bounce the ball into the rim.
Nope.
Okay. I missed it. But yeah, it's just sort of the rest of the movie is Colin Farrell trying to call Barry Keoghan's bluff. And I don't think
as the rest of his family starts to exhibit these. Does Nicole Kidman never loses her feet? Does she?
No. If I had to guess, she would have got it after one of the kids died.
And I must have misinterpreted this, but I thought it was when he said that when their eyes start bleeding, that means they will all die.
No, he says once their eyes start bleeding, then they have like an hour, but just that one person.
Okay.
And yeah, Bob goes first, and I think Colin's like, Bob's faking it, and then Karen, her legs stop working, and they end up sharing like a hospital room. They do like a bunch of tests. They have like MRIs and stuff.
Lots of
nothing's.
doctors.
Everyone's like, no, there's nothing that's coming up. It's like, to me, the most interesting part, because it's like very supernatural. There's no explanation, but you totally buy that Barry Keoghan is doing this, even if you don't see him doing it. And yeah, once his daughter stops walking, I think he's like, okay, you actually are doing this. And then Nicole Kidman realizes something's up,
and so she confronts Barry.
Well, she realizes something's up when they're in the room with the kids, and Karen's on the phone with Barry because they sort of start having a fling, driving around on his motorcycle. And
oh yeah, because Barry can kind of switch it on and off for the daughter so that she can like go on dates with him.
And she sees like the daughter get up and walk to the window, and then all of a sudden her legs stop working. Bob is like, oh, her legs work, so my legs can work now, and he gets out of bed, and that's very sad.
There's something that's kind of funny but also very eerie about
a
little bit right
jump
there
shot from right here
when they like when they have to go back to the house after there's nothing they can do for him at the hospital, and they're just sort of like crawling around.
Yeah,
that's something that's like kind of a funny visual, but also like pretty disturbing.
Yeah,
with like, it's just like an interesting thought that a filmmaker would have of like, what's like a weird thing that's like on paper it's just like someone crawling around their hands and knees. They're not hurt or anything, but it is just like a weird like, my children are worm people now, going like down the stairs and stuff, with the weird camera tracking shots. Like right here, you said?
Yeah.
I got D. Yeah, I'll say.
haven't tried to take this shot in a while, which is where I stand over here on this light post and try to make it in.
Wow. Okay.
Uh,
Oh gosh. Oh
Could have
gosh.
been cool. But yeah, once her legs go, it's basically him. He talks to Nicole Kidman, and he tells her the truth about doing the surgery, but doesn't tell her the truth about it being his fault, probably. Which I guess we still don't know if it's his fault or not.
No.
At the end of the movie. I feel like it is.
Yeah, I think a lot of the stuff builds up to that being true, more or less.
My favorite part, or I guess it's just almost.
I'm gonna make it someday.
You are. Okay, after here, I'm gonna shoot the ball, and I'm gonna miss it, and then after I'm gonna bank it off the backboard, and when I catch it down there, I'm gonna make the shot.
Okay, yeah. Simple stuff.
Damn.
Okay. Okay, I'm gonna miss the shot.
Oh man! So I have to miss from right there.
Miss right there.
All right.
Damn. Okay.
No letter for me.
I'm going back to Old Faithful.
Yeah, the backward. For the listener, he's throwing it over his head backwards, and he makes it. Oh, the crowd goes wild. And now I gotta try it.
Oh, that was close.
That was pretty close
That
for
would've
my
been-
first attempt.
Yeah.
D to D. Sounds like Carlos Mencia.
D to D.
D to D. And my favorite joke of the whole movie is because he knows he has to kill one of his kids. And he goes to their school and talks to their principal.
Just to make this. What?
And he's like, are any of them like bad students? Like they get bad grades? The principal's like, no, they're both like wonderful. They get mostly A's. Like they try really hard in school.
They're a delight.
Yeah. He's like, well, is one worse than the other? He's like, no.
We're looking forward to them both being alive for years to come.
Basically.
All right, I'm gonna go up through, and it's gonna come back down, and hopefully it doesn't touch the rim.
Okay.
But if it goes up and does come down, you just have to do that.
Yeah.
Oh nope. All right, so you do have to get it through there.
Okay.
But it can touch the rim.
Got it. Oh. D, E to D. Me. You. I have more letters.
Yep.
Yeah, I think so there's something on the principal's desk too, like a sign that says like make good decisions or something like that. Something very silly. Yeah, he tries to go to Barry's house and he's not there, or he just doesn't answer. Then Nicole Kidman goes to his house and talks to him, which you mentioned earlier, and they have like he has like a very interesting monologue to me about how he's like, I used to watch my dad eat spaghetti, and I thought that was so cool that he would twirl it up with his fork and then slurp it down. He's doing this while eating spaghetti and has sauce all over his face. And he's like, and so I started to do that to copy my dad, and then I saw that your husband eats spaghetti the same way, and I thought that was a sign. And then I learned everybody in the world eats spaghetti that way. And that was something that was taken from me. Like, that was something I lost. Just from 3. And yeah, Nicole's like, can you stop? He's like, no. Sorry. This is also like, Barry Keoghan plays in a deleted scene from Matt Reeves' The Batman. He plays the Joker.
Wasn't that a credit scene?
No, I don't think it was the credits. I think it was literally like you had to go to the Batman website and like type in like haha or something.
Oh my gosh. No, I'm doing this again.
Wow.
Oh.
Fuck. You missed. But I think his Joker performance was interesting, but I think this character in this movie is much more scary.
Yeah.
And I think that I would love to see a Joker, like, I would love to see a Yorgos Batman movie.
That would be pretty crazy. Would that be Colin Farrell, you think, as Batman?
Yeah, I would think so. I'm trying to think who else. Mark Ruffalo's in the new one. I'm wondering if that's gonna be one of his guys now. You never know when directors go like 2 movies without an actor.
If they're gonna bring him back.
Yeah. It's like someone pointed out that Christopher Nolan and Christian Bale have not worked together since Dark Knight Rises, and that one of Christopher Nolan's kids looks a lot like Christian Bale.
Oh, really?
Yeah. But you never. It's just probably fun internet.
Yeah.
Woohoo!
Wow.
3-pointer from downtown.
Yeah, in the same way that Woody Allen never really worked with Frank Sinatra again after.
Well, after they made that record together.
Yeah.
Oh! D-E to D-E. Yeah, after Nicole like goes to Barry's house, they actually decide to hop on the Metro, and they're like, let's go see Gurnee, Illinois. Let's go to Six Flags Great America. And the family just has a lovely time, and that's the end of the movie.
And they have a great time, and no one dies.
The killing of the Six Flags deer.
What do you think? They kidnap Barry. Oh, that was
a ball's never bounced so much.
Yeah, this is a real bouncy
to
ball.
not go in.
He kidnaps Barry and he beats him up and he threatens to shoot. Does he shoot him in like the knee or something?
No, I think he shoots like near his head to scare him, but I don't think he has the guts to
free throw.
To actually do it.
Right. And then the daughter lets him loose.
The daughter doesn't even let him loose. Like, it's just like there to like flirt with him. She's like, give me my legs back and we can like run away from here. She very clearly does not want to be with him, but I think she's doing it
to get out.
Get out. This is nice. And then maybe the most fucked up part of the movie is when Barry bites Colin's arm. And is like, see, now you're mad at me, but doesn't this make you feel better? And then he bites his own arm.
And he rips a chunk out.
A huge chunk out of his, and he just has blood dripping down his face. And to me, I'm like, no, it doesn't make me feel better in the slightest.
Yeah.
But maybe it does make Colin Farrell feel better, because I guess at that point he's like, yeah, I guess I have to kill one of my kids.
Yeah. Ooh. All right.
And
we also glazed over the fact that Barry and the daughter, pre all of this, go on a walk, and she's singing like choir music to Colin Farrell earlier, but then they're in a park and she's singing Elliot Gould.
Yeah, Ellie Goulding. Elliot. She's singing Elliot Gould.
Yeah, Elliot Gould. She's singing Elliot Gould.
But yeah, that's. I think that's the perfect song. I think that's the perfect song for her to sing, especially because it's like you're like, I know what this song is, what is it? And then she gets to the chorus and you're like, oh, it's what is it, Fire?
Yeah.
By Ellie Goulding. Which is
but
funny.
Anyway, yeah, but then going back forward, he decides he has to kill someone, so he spins in a circle with his gun. And he puts bags over the family's heads.
Yeah, well, first, before that, well, earlier in the movie, for the banquet, Nicole Kidman's like, I bought that black dress that you liked. And then right before the moment where he decides to kill one of them, she's like, okay, I'm gonna put on the black dress.
Yeah, and the son also cuts his hair.
The son cuts his hair to be like, see, Dad, it does look so much better. You were right, Dad. I should have been listening to you, Dad. Like, they're all trying to kiss up to him.
How does the daughter kiss up?
I think that she's just his favorite. Like, I don't know if she really needs to kiss up. Like, I think that it's very clear that from the beginning, when he's just in her room listening to her sing, like, that he loves his daughter, he like loves his wife, and that his son loves his wife, and him and his son
don't really get along.
It's not that they don't get along, it's just like
they have no spark.
They don't have the connection. Yeah.
So what does it say? You know, he spins around. There's some tension that he keeps missing.
He has like a rifle, it's like a
hunting rifle.
Yeah, it's not a normal gun. It's like a hunting gun.
Right here, metal square.
Okay. Oh, not too bad, honestly.
But he spins around and he ends up shooting the son.
Well, he spins around and he shoots and he misses the daughter. He spins around and he shoots and he misses Nicole Kidman. And then he spins a third time and hits the son right in the chest. And this is like my third watch of this movie, and now I'm wondering, does he miss the other two on purpose so that he
can feel okay about shooting the son?
Yeah. Because he like misses them pretty close and then is like dead on with the son. Like, not even
yeah, I didn't think about it that way.
I'm gonna throw the ball off this backboard and then sort of chase it down and make a shot.
Yeah, okay, good luck.
That.
No, chase it down.
All right.
Oh gosh.
Go, go, go. It's an incredibly bad miss for me. It will look great on the show, which I will try to reproduce.
So you read that as like he's playing games because he kind of made up his mind about
his son has like already gone through all of the stages. They've all kind of grieved for the son already, I think. And he's the youngest. And Nicole Kidman is like, we can have another kid if we want to.
Okay. So it's like not even that bad.
Yeah, so it's actually
So it's kind of a bad movie because it undercuts like, oh, so this normal thing that's not even that bad happened.
Right, exactly.
So what's your, so what does that say about family?
I think it kind of says like, well, one, we all have to, we should all be like if we make mistakes, we should atone if it affects other people. And like that, I think whether it's known internally or externally, there are favorites in a family. And that what Barry kind of did was make him make this impossible decision, really put him through his head, and now he just has to live with that fact that he's killed his only son.
One. Oh.
Alright, this is gonna be a little crazy. I'm gonna throw it back behind me, and it's gonna go over my head, and then I'm gonna catch it there and make it. Oh. Oh, I missed. But yeah, that's, I think Barry's whole thing is like, he has to live with knowing that he's killed two people, and the thing is that if he The thing is that if he killed Barry, everybody would have died, and everyone would have been confused. Like he would have killed one person, and the other three would die. So like,
he made a hard choice, but it was maybe the lesser of two evils.
Yeah, it's like pretty much the trolley problem. Like, what is like? Could you kill one member of your family and save the other two, or would you rather kill
all of
them and the guy who is responsible for it? I guess I just missed, right?
But then there's that last scene where they go back with the family to the diner, and Barry's there, and they don't really talk, but they
acknowledge him.
Yeah, they acknowledge. They kind of they see him, and then they're just kind of going out their life. But he doesn't really. Yeah, it's the same diner that he used to take Barry, but he's just there with his daughter and his Nicole Kidman.
Yeah. And they don't talk, and now I think that's like an interesting ending because the family still gets to love each other.
Yeah, and the family still exists as a family.
Yeah, and Barry is now just alone without Colin Farrell.
Yeah.
Like, Barry gave up this thing from this guy who did do something wrong by being drunk and operating on his dad. Left hand here.
Oof.
And Colin was trying to make up for it. Barry kind of takes advantage of it, of him, takes it over the top, is like a psychopath, and then just ends up even more alone than he realized he was, because the guy who was like his mentor and was helping him, who albeit did kill his father, fuck.
Oh, okay.
This part of the game weirdly takes about as long, if not longer, than the actual game.
Yeah.
Yeah, they go to I think there's a really good score in this movie. I like all the classical music.
Oh yeah, and there's some like eerie noises too. Like, isn't there some sort of like buzzing or ringing?
Maybe.
Yeah, I will admit, for part of this, I started to doze off very, maybe a 5-10 minute snooze before Kari realized and woke me up.
Nice.
But I had it was very nice to sleep.
Yes.
And I feel like the sleep sort of symbolized my tiredness.
It did. Yeah.
All
and
right.
sort of family can be tired.
You gotta take just a couple steps and do a jump up.
No dribble?
You can dribble. I'm not evil. There you go. Okay.
Yeah.
All right.
Had Kari seen this before?
I don't think
Your
so.
girlfriend?
It's right here. No, you have to stand perfectly like this. No knee movement.
No knee movement. Grandma style, as they call it.
But also no elbow bend. Okay.
D-E-E. Oh dear.
And then right here.
Cool.
It's kind of a classic shot.
Wait, sorry, did you say Kari had seen it or not?
No, she hadn't. And she liked it too.
Okay.
I don't know if we talked too much about it, but
Deer!
Damn. All right, that's game.
Yep.
I think we both liked it a lot, and it's also just like, I definitely do find myself enjoying movies where I walk out of it and don't totally know everything. Like, I feel like a lot of movies, like if they have like a motif or theme, a lot like movies made these days, they like kind of bash you over the head about it, or they leave very little room for interpretation, which is sort of like, I guess it's fine, but I like something that is a little more in the weeds with what it's trying to say, and leaves the fact that you could like take multiple things from it. I think proves more. It says more about the director and the craft of their film making.
I agree. The last sort of part of this podcast is basically, I'll go first. You're gonna give a review of the movie.
In basketballs?
We'll say in
in sacred deers that have been killed.
Yeah.
And how many family members we would kill for this movie?
Yeah, how many family members do you kill for this movie out of the 5 family members that you have?
Out of the 5 families.
One of the 5 boroughs of New York City.
Yeah.
So you're gonna say that review, and while you're leading up to your score, you're gonna try to dunk.
Okay.
So I'll go first. Yeah. So this. I'm a big lobster guy. I'm a big dogtooth guy, and I really love this movie. I would say I'm a big deer guy too. I think the first time I saw this movie was one of the most unsettled I've been by a movie. I was very scared by Barry Keoghan, very put off by the whole kind of vibe of it, and I think that says a lot considering how very like one-toned it is. I think Colin Farrell's great in it. I think Nicole Kidman's great in it. I think the kids are great. I think Barry's great. I don't think there's a single weak link in this movie. I love it very much. And I was, I want to talk about A24 movies. And this one came on my list because I was like, I want to watch this movie and I want to talk about it. And it's Cream City. And with that in mind, I do have to give this movie 5 sacred deers.
You give it 5 deers?
5 sacred deers.
5 sacred deers. Okay.
We were family members, I just sort of forgot because you were doing a really interesting close-up shot of me.
Yeah, I got you a little nervous there. So this is a power shot. You're doing an upward angle. It makes me more powerful. I really did enjoy this film, other than the fact that I was very tired and fell asleep for maybe 5 or 10 minutes toward the middle end.
Sure.
I think that it was very interesting. That I thought the humor was hilarious.
Humor is hilarious.
I think that yeah, like you said, Barry Keoghan, if he wasn't able to be a weird little kid, this movie would not work or just be so different. Because his energy really carries, and it makes you believe, and you don't get caught up like, well, how does this little kid have this like weird god-packed power or whatever? You don't really question it because he's so unsettling and so weird. Yes. And I think the fact that like he does a pretty good English accent, but knowing how he speaks in like Banshees of Inisherin, I feel like some of his like accent, like you can kind of tell that he's putting on an English accent, but it only works for like the weirdness of the character. Yeah. Because if you don't talk English, you're kind of weird.
That's true.
So I think he is really good in this. Colin Farrell is really good as him with that big beard is really cool.
Yeah,
I feel like no one has big beards like that.
He looks really great. Nicole Kidman also looks great, but she also kind of looks like one of the stop motion dolls from Anomalisa.
Yeah, I mean, she looks great in sort of an unsettling way where it's like she has just been able to maintain and preserve how great she looks for so long. It's like unnatural in a way where it's also a little unsettling, but
it's a little uncanny valley.
Yeah. But hey, good for her.
Yeah.
We love a queen who slays.
Absolutely.
And the kids were both great. And yeah, I do like when a movie is dark and it can still have some weird little humor moments from being kind of twisted.
Yeah. Also, a cool thing you could have said is, I like Nicole Kidman and the kids, man.
And the kids, man. Well, you said the kids were good. I'm like, well, the kids are all right.
Hey. We have to talk
about Mark Ruffalo. And yeah, I think there are just like, I'm very forgiving for, not that like forgiving is maybe a bad choice of words, but like if a movie just has interesting shots to like look at or whatever, like that does it for me so much. Where and there's just like this movie is shot so beautifully, and like the camera work is very fun. Yeah. And I think that I think the fact that I did fall asleep, that's mostly due to me, but I will maybe docket half a family member. So my rating is, I'd kill 4 members of my family and maybe shoot one in the head.
You'd kill 4 and maybe shoot 1 in the head, and they might survive.
Yeah.
Cool.
Let me take 2 on that dunk.
Yeah.
All right, I'm gonna redo. I killed 4 members of my family, maybe shoot 1 and I'm gonna kill them. Okay.
Cool, Ian. Thank you for doing the podcast. Is there any nice playing with you? Congrats on your deer win.
And congrats on your regular game win.
Thank you. Is there anything you would like to promote?
Not really. If you like, I do stand-up comedy.
Yeah,
So if you are,
One of the
if you think I'm funny,
I do.
go check me out. Go to Instagram or Twitter or
They'll be in the links of this show. Follow Ian.
yeah, and then just see me around. I'll do a show and I'll say some real wild stuff.
Yeah. You have a great bit about Karens on their period.
Oh.
Yeah, I'm on everything at I'm Richie Owens. This podcast, so you can rate and review.
Rate
you
and
can
review,
subscribe.
subscribe-y.
If you can believe that, you can do all three of those things. It takes like a second. Even if you don't listen to every episode, you can subscribe and
It would just help out the pod.
just help me out. We also have a Patreon. Patreon.com/movingscreen. You get video footage of this. You get to see me laying down. You get to see the beautiful Metro go right on by. You get to watch the commuters and wave. You get to say hello. I hope you enjoy your time in the suburbs. Yeah, it's $5 a month. You get video stuff. Maybe I'll send you a sticker in the mail. I've got to do that. I haven't done it yet. And yeah, that's it. And as I say, I will see you on the court.